Hello everybody, it's your boy BrotherhoodHD here today. In today's video, we are going to be reading an article from Charlie.com, and it's really no surprise. There's really no surprise when it comes to glitches returning, and this is no different. Apparently, another Warzone Invincibility Glitch is causing players wins in Season 4 during the Call of Duty Vanguard life cycle of Season 4. So yeah, really not a big surprise here to be honest, just because at this point it really isn't a surprise, it's just one of those recurring things. You squash the bug and it's like squashing a cockroach, and the cockroach ends up coming back. That's what technically bugs are in this game when it comes to video games. They're just a cockroach that you freaking hit with a freaking sandal, and somehow it freaking gets quick revived or it gets freaking tombstoned. But back to the topic at hand here. Warzone streamer by the name of Tricky Ricky, we're just going to call him Ricky after this because I'm not going to be saying Tricky Ricky all the time, was enjoying a Warzone Season 4 match on Caldera when he encountered an enemy that he was unable to do damage to, causing him to quote-unquote lose it. The streamer had 26 kills, only needing to eliminate the last player in order to win the match. Ricky knew something was up as soon as they began shooting the player, and his bullets were not doing any damage. And he wasn't getting any hit markers despite being on quote-unquote target. What the heck is going on? Like, why can't I off these guys? I'm abbreviating here because I really don't know how YouTube handles profanity and the word ill. If you Kill, I'm just gonna spell it out. I don't know how YouTube handles that stuff very well, but there is his Twitter handle embedded into the article itself, so you can be able to see it for yourself in the end. So back to the topic at hand here. What's even crazier is that Ricky managed to get behind the invincible player and intended a finisher, but after the animation was complete, the player stays alive as if nothing happened. So did this man just pretty much use the freaking reality stone from Avengers Endgame and Avengers Infinity Ward? Or not Avengers Infinity Ward, I'm sorry. I forgot the other one is. But you know what I mean? It's like, did he pretty much use the reality stone to ensure that he never died so he can become inevitable? I'm sorry, I'm just trying to make this fun as much as I can. The enemy players, but then the player casually turned around and just killed him, winning the match, leaving the streamer extremely frustrated and confused. To be honest, if I was in Ricky's predicament, and luckily for me I'm not because I don't play Warzone, but back to this thing, what I'm trying to say is, like, I kind of feel bad for this guy because I'll sit down and play Battle Royale every once in a while, but I really don't do it anymore like I used to. Just because Battle Royales for me at this point are just really plain Jane, plain bland every once in a while here and there. But I kind of feel frustrated for Ricky because of the fact that this man was fragging out and he ends up dying to a freaking, I wouldn't say, I guess you would call him a cheater maybe, probably a cheater, or maybe a hacker, I don't know. But then yet again, it could have probably been connectivity issues, but I doubt that. Let's think, it might have been connectivity issues because I know streaming does take a hit on your bandwidth. But that's cruddy internet, so he might have had some really good internet, so that couldn't have been his case. But the thing is, it's just straight up BS that he ends up losing to somebody who just pretty much just couldn't die. He just couldn't die. He was pretty much Thanos until the end of Endgame. I just think it's stupid, really. I just kind of think it's funny at this point. And Raven Software has been working on Warzone 1.0 for how long? Since, what, the middle of 2019? During the summer of 2019, somewhere around there? and Vanguard's about to end, and they're about to literally go ahead and do what? Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2? And to be honest, the game is just, like, Warzone is just, like, one of those games where it's like, it works fine one day, and it breaks the next day, or it works, like, for maybe, like, 5 hours, and then it breaks the same exact day. And so the thing is with that, it's like, when it comes to these games nowadays, they just pretty much just half bake it at this point. They really, the video game industry really does not care when it comes to making a polished game. They just pretty much say, F it, screw it, to the point to where, like, they'll just pretty much release the game half-baked, like I said, and they'll pretty much gain the profits off of it, depending on how many people end up buying the game. And then they'll use all that money and revenue in order to invest into the next Call of Duty project, the next Call of Duty title, whatever you want, or whatever they invested into. And to be honest, it's all about the numbers. That's all that Activision cares about. They care about the numbers. When the numbers start hurting, that's when they start caring. That is when Activision starts to care. Because if the game's not selling, the higher-ups at Activision, their pockets are hurting. Their pockets are crying and hurting because they don't got enough money, right? They just got to keep stuffing them endless pockets to make themselves feel better about themselves. But in reality, it's just all about the numbers. That's all it's all about now. It's a numbers game at this point. Nobody, some AAA studios out there don't even care about making a good AAA title game anymore. They just half-bake it, release some cheesy cosmetics that make no sense in the game, and besides, they're releasing the Terminator into Call of Duty Vanguard and Warzone, and, like, I can understand the Terminator being a time traveler, but the thing is, though, it's not what Call of Duty is, and it's been your boy, Brotherhood Gaming. Sure, buddy, I will catch you in the next one. Peace out.